Let me guess. When you hear the word wealth, your brain immediately paints a picture of a luxury yacht, someone sipping champagne on a rooftop, or a car collection that looks like a Fast and Furious movie set. That's the stereotype, right? Loud, flashy, dripping in designer logos. But here's the truth bomb. The people who actually have money rarely look like that. In fact, the loudest spenders are often the ones balancing debt payments behind the scenes. The quietly wealthy are the ones you'd least expect. The neighbor with the average-looking car, the coworker who never brags, or the person who doesn't look rich, but somehow never stresses about money. And today, we're breaking down the 10 unmistakable signs that someone is quietly wealthy, not Instagram rich, not lottery ticket lucky, but genuinely building long-term financial independence. Subscribe the Wealthy channel and let's get started. Number 1. They live below their means without feeling deprived. Let me tell you about a woman I once knew. We'll call her Maya. She worked as a mid-level engineer making $120,000 a year. On paper, her peers thought she was just doing okay because she lived in a small condo and drove a 5-year-old Honda. Meanwhile, those same peers were upgrading to Teslas, dining out at $200 restaurants, and posting vacation selfies from Europe. But here's what they didn't know. Maya was maxing out her 401k, dollar cost averaging into index funds every month, and quietly buying shares of dividend-paying stocks. That Honda? Paid off. That condo? Nearly debt-free. While her peers were swimming in credit card bills, Maya's wealth was compounding in silence. That's the first sign. The quietly wealthy don't feel deprived when they skip luxury purchases. They don't think, "I wish I could buy that car." They think, "Why would I waste money on that when it could buy me equity in an S&P 500 index fund?" The quiet wealth triangle: time, health, and assets. People who live below their means free up all three. They buy back time by avoiding financial stress. They protect health by avoiding sleepless nights over bills. And they stack assets that work for them in the background. Number 2, they value time more than flash. Meet Arjun. He's not rich looking, no Rolex, no Gucci belts. But when his colleagues are grinding late into the night, he's leaving the office by 5:30 to spend time with his kids. How? Because he outsourced the things that drained him. Grocery delivery, automated bill payments, and even a robo-advisor that manages his ETF portfolio. He even invests in hedge funds. Arjun knows that money comes and goes, but time is non-refundable. That's why the quietly wealthy design their lives around time freedom, not flexing. Their wealth isn't visible in flashy cars. It's visible in their calendars. Think about it. Which sounds wealthier? Owning a $150,000 car but stressing at work every weekend, or having a modest Toyota and the freedom to spend afternoons coaching your kid's soccer game? Quiet wealth measures success in control, not consumption. They'll spend $1,000 on software that automates a side hustle because that buys them 100 hours back. That's leverage. That's true wealth. So next time you see someone skipping overtime for a family trip, don't assume they're lazy. That might be a quietly wealthy person who values freedom over flash. Number 3, their investments work harder than they do. Here's where things get interesting. Most people think being wealthy means having a huge paycheck, but the quietly wealthy know that income is just the first step. The real game is making your money work harder than you ever could. The loud spender brags about their salary. The quietly wealthy smile about their cash flow. And while others chase hype stocks or gamble on meme coins, they quietly stick to strategies like dollar cost averaging, portfolio diversification, and dividend reinvestment plans. It's boring, it's predictable, and it's exactly why it works. Quiet wealth knows that if your portfolio is growing even while you're asleep, you've already won. Number 4, they don't fear market volatility. Most people panic when markets dip. Remember the 2020 stock crash? People rushed to sell everything, convinced the world was ending. But quietly wealthy investors, they were rubbing their hands together saying, "Blue chip stocks on sale? Yes, please." That's because they understand the difference between price and value. Price fluctuates daily. Value compounds over decades. The quietly wealthy see downturns as opportunities, not disasters. They know that a bear market is just wealth transferring from the impatient to the patient. Here's a mindset shift. Stop asking, "What if the market crashes?" Start asking, "What if I never invested because I was afraid?" Quiet wealth is built on courage during volatility. Number 5. They prioritize health like it's an investment. Alex, a corporate lawyer making $250,000 a year, eats takeout daily, sleeps 5 hours a night, and lives on caffeine. On the outside, he looks successful. But internally, his health is eroding, and so is his financial future. Meanwhile, Priya, a small business owner, makes half his income but walks 30 minutes daily, cooks balanced meals, and meditates. Her medical bills? Almost zero. Her energy? Through the roof. Her wealth? Growing steadily because she doesn't burn out or rack up medical debt. The quietly wealthy understand that health is the foundation of wealth. Without it, your money goes to hospitals instead of investments. Think about it. $200 a month spent on gym memberships, healthy food, and regular checkups could save you $20,000 a year in medical expenses later. That's why the quietly wealthy treat health as part of their portfolio. Because what good is $1 million retirement account if you don't live long enough to enjoy it? Number 6. Their social circle reflects their priorities. Here's something subtle but powerful. Your friends reveal your future. Quietly wealthy people are intentional about their circles. They don't surround themselves with people who brag about new cars bought on loans or vacations funded by credit cards. Instead, they hang out with learners, doers, and builder. Wealth is contagious. Surround yourself with people chasing status, and you'll go broke. Surround yourself with people building assets, and you'll rise with them. The quietly wealthy don't flaunt their circle, but it's one of the strongest signs of their long-term success. Number 7. They are obsessed with learning, not showing off. The quietly wealthy have a unique obsession that sets them apart. They never stop learning. While most people chase quick recognition through material possessions, they invest in knowledge that compounds over time. To them, every skill, every insight, every piece of information is like adding another asset to their portfolio. They see the mind as the ultimate investment vehicle, one that appreciates in value with every book, course, or conversation. Their focus is on expanding perspectives, mastering new skills, and sharpening their judgment. This quiet pursuit allows them to spot opportunities others miss, adapt in uncertain markets, and build strategies that last. In a world obsessed with appearances, their quiet hunger for learning is a more powerful display of wealth than any luxury ever could be. Number 8. They practice stealth generosity. This one's easy to miss because it happens behind closed doors. Quietly wealthy people often give, but they don't broadcast it. You won't see them posting Instagram stories about handing out cash. Instead, they quietly cover a cousin's tuition, help a struggling friend start a business, or donate to causes anonymously. This generosity is strategic, not performative. They're not giving to boost their image. They're giving because they've built enough security to share without fear. Think of generosity as another branch of wealth. Loud spenders give for applause. Quiet wealth gives for impact. So if you ever notice someone helping quietly without fanfare, you might be looking at one of the wealthiest people you know. So, there you have it. Quiet wealth isn't loud, it isn't flashy, and it isn't about proving anything to anyone. It's about freedom, peace, and building a life where money works for you instead of the other way around. The beauty of these signs: you don't need $1 million salary to adopt them. You just need patience, discipline, and systems. Start with small steps, living below your means, investing steadily, surrounding yourself with the right people. Over time, these habits compound into something extraordinary. I believe knowledge is the foundation of success. If this video helped you, like it, share it with someone who could benefit, and subscribe for more insights. Now, if you want to know benefits of looking poor in a rich world, then watch this video. I'll see you there.